Hey guys, how you doing? It's KJ here from the Scariest Movie Ever Made and RiggedReality.com, and this is going to be my first video of the new year, 2013. So happy New Year to everyone out there, and I hope you made it through safely. And this here's a story I've been looking into for about a week and a half. Way back in 2012 I started, and I started noticing a lot of traffic on my messages about this story. I had some people send me questions about it, and this guy wasn't even on my radar, nor was the story. And then I had some subscribers send me some videos. So either way, Damien Eccles is his name, was really on my radar there for like the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So I've been looking into it, and I found some really interesting things, and I want to share that with you. Damien Eccles is known for being a part of the West Memphis Three. That's what the media called him and two of his friends that were accused of, about 20 years ago, brutally murdering three little 8-year-old kids. But not even just killing them, they sodomized them, and they even cut off one of their genitals, one of their kids. So, you know, this was bad stuff. And back then, there were even a lot of connections to some kind of a satanic ritual, all right? That's what made this story so huge. There have been 3 documentaries made about it. These guys were just released about a year ago, so they did around 20 years or so. Damien Eccles, kind of the main dude, I guess, he's just released a book. They released a movie about it recently called Devil's Knot with Reese Witherspoon in it, so it's going to be pretty big, so I'm guessing. So, you know, the point is, man, they're getting a lot of press. A lot of celebrities are hanging out with these guys. We're going to get into all that stuff, okay? I'm just kind of show you everything that's going on with these guys. And, you know, we're gonna look into, you know, what's important about Damien Eccles in this story right now. You know, what's bringing out all these celebrities? What's the big deal? Okay. Anyway, so without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right in. I thought it was interesting because the first video I looked at about these guys was an interview that Damien Eccles did on The View not long ago. Okay. So, you know, that's what you're looking at right now. That's The View. T-H-E, there's the V. It's all upside down, I-E-W. Alright, The View. I'm going to play it out for you in a little bit. In normal time, you'll see how it flips. And it goes really quick, alright? It goes really quick. So it's like it's stuck at the 3-second mark right there, but it's not exact anyway. So you can play with it, you know, yourself if you want to try to figure it out sometime. But there's what it is, and you can see clearly what we have here. We got the Illuminati pyramid, right? So here's the pyramid. That's the upside down V for The View. Right here in the middle, it's interesting, it says empower. That's the word that comes up. And all through here, it even looks like the bricks. It's kind of crazy, like in the pyramid, right? So here's the pyramid. And I also thought it was interesting that with the E's, they did lines all the way through. So it kind of flips up as 2 crosses, and then you've got your Illuminati pyramid there. Thought that was kind of wild, right? So, and you know, just in case you're new to my videos, this is what I do. I show a lot of the times I'll show the language of symbols. It goes back with the Illuminati and the Masons, with the kind of stuff I focus on. But it's really been around forever. I mean, Sumerian text, Egyptians. Even you can go on YouTube here and watch clips from a show called Gangland, G-A-N-G-L-A-N-D. I've probably seen every episode on YouTube I can find, or every clip. It's a really interesting show. But they just profile different gangs all around, from every race, every religion, every whatever, but just different gangs. And that's one thing you'll find is these guys understand the language of symbols. You know, I mean, they've created their own language of symbols. And that's one thing that connects every gang I've ever seen, you know, is they all understand the real language of symbols, and they're utilizing it, okay? So that's what's happening here. This right here is another example of the language of symbols. You'll find the Illuminati pyramid in a lot of things, and there it is. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go and show his interview here.
We'll talk a little bit about your experience being in solitary. I want to let everyone know that your glasses are actually, because you spent so long in solitary confinement, that the light is something that you're quite sensitive to.
I didn't see sunlight for almost a decade.
Okay.
That's not usually what we think of solitary confinement, that you usually you let out into the yard for a while. That didn't happen?
No, it's only on TV. They say you're allowed out of your cell for an hour a day, but what that means is they take you out of your cell and put you in another cell.
Oh, I see.
I want to go over some of the details. In 1993, 3 8-year-old boys, as we heard, Christopher Byers, Stephen Branch, and Michael Moore, were savagely murdered. You and your friend Jason Baldwin, along with an acquaintance, Jesse Miss Kelly, were arrested for this crime within days, I believe. What led initially the police to arrest the 3 of you?
A lot of it was just because we came from a really small, hardcore...
Here's what I was talking about. Pay attention right here to his answer. And again, you'll see this come up, same idea, all over the place.
hardcore fundamentalist town where we did not fit in.
Okay.
Just the way we looked, the
You were
music we
outsiders.
listened to. Exactly. It automatically put a target on our backs.
And then the police actually labeled you as the ringleader, correct? As this group. How so?
I think it was mostly because I was the one the media chose to focus on. You know, you could obviously tell by looking at Jesse Miskelly that he was, you know, not highly functioning, so he wasn't that frightening. Jason Baldwin looked like a typical 16-year-old kid, so he wasn't that frightening. They thought I was the one that looked the most sensational, so I was the one they focused all the attention on.
In 1993, I mean, law enforcement was just learning about satanic cults, and they were attributing all of these, you know, murders that were unusual to satanic cults. They said that you, as a ringleader, were a member of a satanic cult. Were you?
No. You know, we were no more Satanists than the people they hung in Salem were Satanists. No. You know, we were no more Satanists than the people they hung in Salem were Satanists.
Now, let me refer you back to your statement that you gave Officer Ridge. Did you tell him in that statement that you had been a member of a white witch group for 5 years?
No.
Okay.
I've never been a member of any group.
And so if he put that in his report, you're saying that's inaccurate.
Yes, I am.
He made that up.
Yes, I am.
On question number 9, how do you think the person feels that did this? The answer was probably makes them feel good, gives them power. Now, I guess Officer Ridge said that too.
No, I use common sense on that.
Okay.
If someone was doing it, then they must have wanted to. And if they were doing something they wanted to, it must have made them happy. I don't think they were doing it because someone forced them to or because they didn't want to.
So in your mind, the person that killed these 3 kids, it's common sense that killing 3 8-year-olds would make you feel good.
Whoever did it, it must have.
Did you also tell him that each person had a demonic side to them?
I believe every person has a good side and a bad side, yes.
Well, were those your words when you referred, when he's got written down here, he stated that there was no control of the demonic portion of people?
He asked me, did I think there were some people that could not control that side? I said, yes, I guess there is.
It also states that Damien stated that the younger the victim would be more innocent, and in turn more power would be given the person doing the killing.
Right.
Okay. Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay, those are your words.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pick that up when you were studying to be a Catholic?
No. I saw that on several movies, books.
Question number 11, when he asked you, how do you think they died? And its answer is mutilation, cut up all 3, heard they were in the water drowning, cut up one more than the others. Is that, again, what Officer Ridge said and you just agreed?
No, I had saw that on TV, newspapers, people talking.
And you knew it about the drowning, correct?
I knew they were in the water. I didn't know that they drowned.
You knew that one was cut up more than the others?
He asked me, was it possible? He said, do you think one was hurt worse than the others? I said, yeah, I guess.
So again, that particular area is one of those things where Officer Ridge told you, and that wasn't your response. You just responded about the drowning and mutilation.
If he didn't get the answer he liked, he would go back and try to get me to say something else.
And it's your testimony specifically that you aren't the one who said one was cut up more than the other.
No,
that it was Officer Ridge who said that.
I agreed with him when he said that.
Okay. And if he says something different, he'd be lying about it, right? You're the one telling the truth.
So it was when I saw the celebrity connection to all this that I knew I was onto something. And a lot of these celebrities that are backing these guys and have been big supporters, really outspoken throughout the years, have been in a lot of these Illuminati videos. So there's one thing to think about, and I'll just kind of read you the paragraph, and bear with me, there's a lot of names here. But it says, but what about the Free the West Memphis 3 movement? Would thousands of supporters still be rallying, donating money, proclaiming their innocence 18 years later if they weren't really innocent? And it says, what about the celebrity supporters? Alright, so starts off with Henry Rollins, then there's Natalie Maines, Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam, Johnny Depp, which you'll see some video on him, Metallica, Disturbed, L7, Trey Parker from South Park, Jack Black, Winona Ryder, Will Ferrell, Robert Smith, Patti Smith, Marilyn Manson, Tom Waits, Clive Barker, Peter Straub, Margaret Cho, Dan the Outlaw Hardy, Patton Oswalt, Sarah Silverman, Axl Rose, Iggy Pop, Steve Earle, Hank Williams III, Chuck D, Mandy Moore, and Demi Lovato. So it's saying, could they all be wrong? I love how they ended it, that whole list, with Mandy Moore and Demi Lovato, you know? Like there's nothing going on here. It's Mandy Moore and Demi Lovato, but Demi Lovato has been in a few of my videos too, with Illuminati stuff. So anyway, just keep all that in mind. So there you go, guys. It was when I saw this huge celebrity connection that I knew there had to be something else going on. So check out the rest of this. Alright, guys, so here's a story from Friday, December 28th, 2012, just a few days ago. And it's Damien Eccles of West Memphis 3 still fights for justice and exoneration with his new movie. And this is page 2 of 2, but anyway, I'll just kind of jump down right here. It says, you do have a small-town police force and justice system in Arkansas. Then you have a public that is outraged, terrified by the killings, Jackson recently told newspapers. And you've got the satanic panic issue that you also throw into this, and it works up a fervor of terror. So this is just some of the guys talking about the movie or whatever, but again, they keep going back to this satanic panic.
When you're looking at something like this and you're assessing a situation like this, which is so unjust, unfair, you know, I mean, it's on all sides, you make a decision, you know, and it's very simple, you know, for everybody who saw those initial documentaries, you make a choice. Am I going to watch the thing and go, oh wow, that's really horrible, and then, you know, go out and get a milkshake, or am I going to go, you know what, that's just, you know, it's, I can't, I'm unable to swallow that.
We were getting ready to do an interview a while ago, and the first thing Johnny says is, when this is over, we've got to find a You know, it's one of those things. He didn't just support us while we were in prison. He's been with us every single step of the way since we've gotten out. He's become like a brother to me. And that's one of the things we always do, you know, just as part of that bond, is whenever you get tattoos like that, it's something that both of you carry with you through the rest of your life, and it's really meaningful.
So guys, this right here, it's a video called What Paradise Lost Left Out. I wanted to show you the whole thing, but I can't go past 15 minutes on my videos. Please go check it out. I'll post it underneath the player. But it starts off right here explaining that after the state prevailed at trial, the defense had to release Eccles' mental health history, and the exhibit was known as the 500. So this video just covers some of the stuff that they used to convict these kids, and it's all pretty hardcore, so please check it out. And I just want to jump ahead to one little part here and show you this. Again, it's just showing us a glimpse of some of it, okay? It's belief in devil worship, agreed to threatening to kill others. So it says he was going to eat his father. interested in witchcraft for the past 8 years. So yeah, go check it out, guys. It's pretty interesting stuff. It goes really deep into the occult stuff with this guy, and I think that's what we're dealing with. So thanks again.
People were going to know who I was. I always had that feeling. I just never knew how they were going to learn. I kind of enjoy it because now, even after I die, people are going to remember me forever. They're going to talk about me for years. People in West Memphis